Hello everyone, it's me Shugufta and welcome back to our Python series with me. So when we talk about loops, we discuss about while loop and for loop. We discussed while loop in our previous video. So if you don't check, go back and first check out and first know about the while loop. So if someone thinks that they're working are same, so it's the answer is wrong because the workings are totally different. In fact, normally when we talk about while loop, it's for certain iteration and for certain condition. Like in while loop, we have to specify a condition, but in for loop, we don't. For the for loop, it's normally work with sequence. So what sequence? Think about that if you have make a list, like you have to take a list, tuple, string. So let's suppose I have to take a string, like a list. Here I call them, and here I write first a name, then collection of integer, and then a floating value. Close it, and I have to print the answer, the list. Okay, name. So you see that we have to print something. Like we see there is a string, there is an integer number, a floating number. But if someone demands you to give me like in order way, like first give me a string and then an integer and then a floating number, like sequence wise. So how can we do that? In the list we can't do that. And for the tuple we also can't do that. But we have, how can we individually value one by one? So for this we use for loop. Like if I have to copy it, here I have to copy it, and here we use for loop, and here we use an I or something else that you have. It represent like a one element. Like I have, like someone say me that you give me one by one individual values. For this I have to use I, like I represent our one element on the list. And from where I have to take one element, like I have a collection of a name, the list name is name, so I have to recall my variable name, and like is in conditional or while loop, there is must to apply a colon sign, so we apply, and here I write print I. Okay, let's see what's happening. So you see we get an answer, like first we have a string, then we have a integer number, and then we have a floating. So here in the for loop, also in the string, indexing is very important. So they give you in a sequence in a ordered way. Let's suppose if you have to, like if I have to print my name, and here I have to give me variables, like every alphabets in a sequence. So how can we get that? Like if I have to follow for I in name, okay, apply colon sign, and here I print I. So let's see what's happened. You see, they give me in one line they give S H A G U F T A. So you see how easily we can do it. Okay. So for loop, we get a range value. Like if I have to give like please give me the print value about 20, 30. Like in the previous video, I tell you about a range function. Here we also use a range function. Like simply you have to say other on the other hand, like I have to call a variable like a collection of list or a string, you have to write it at that point. Like if I have to write a point for I in, like if you have to write a collection here 23 comma 45 comma 67. So firstly I have to remove that. Okay. Okay. And here I then print I. The worst thing is that, okay, So you see, we get an answer. Like there is no necessity, there is not nothing necessary that first you have to define a variable and then you have to define it at that point. Similarly, we use a function called range. Like if I have for I in range, oh, like 10, apply colon, print I. So you see, we get a sequence from 0 to 9. Okay, let's move further. Like if we have to take, like in the for loop, we also use if else. So like I have to run you a small program. Like if I have to call a variable name called name, and here I enter a name Ali. Okay, here I use for I in name print I. Okay, now I have to use a if function. Like I have a condition like to print my name. Like I give them a name called Ali, like three letters Ali. If our I is equal to L, then you have to print me a word, a string. Okay, like I make a condition when our I is equal to L, you print me amazing word. So like if I have a condition, like if our condition is that our I equal to L, okay, apply colon sign, give me the answer, print, like amazing. Okay, so let me check. Yeah, here I use a for and then a conditional statement, if statement. So let's see what's happened. So you see our program run when our I equal to L, then they show you amazing. Okay. So now let's move further. Like in the for loop, we have to use for loop in the next inner way. Like the condition is that there is a for nested loop. Like we use here, I use a name called define color. Okay, and here I write a list. Okay, where is a red color, comma blue color, and pink color. Okay, and here I apply a for color in color, color, print me. Okay, close the bracket. And here I further use for loop. Like you see, I don't like backspace, four spaces. I move, I get in this loop. Okay, in this for loop. Like I have to show you clear. And here I use another like a letter, like a word. Here I use a variable name color, but here I use an I. So the most important thing in which if you use four in two types, like a nested for loop. So here you must have to name a different variables in every loop. So here I use for I in colors. Okay, print me I. Okay, so let's see what's happened. What's our answer? So you see, like first I give a word called red, and then I give him that you give me the one letter. Like first they give you red, and then they give you RED. The next thing, the function now go next time they click the blue, and then in next they give you a separate data like BLUP. Now third time the program run, they give you ping, and now you see how easy is it to make using a for loop. So in this video I explain you in detail about the for loop and also difference between while and for loop. So in next video we talk about a little more step, a further step where we talk about break, continue. So stay tuned.